With an average ROI of $36 per dollar spent, email marketing has been consistently one of the most effective forms of marketing. And that's still the case, even now with all the social media trending so heavily. And you know what? If you don't have a large budget for traditional advertising or to pump into social media ads, emails are the kind of marketing that you can't afford to overlook. In this video, we will look at how you can grow an email list from scratch, what are some types of content that you can share in your newsletters, and how you can stick to your email strategy long term so that it really brings you results. Hi there designer, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Simona, a long-time marketer turned interior designer, currently teaching interior designers how to grow their businesses with all kinds of online marketing. I usually talk about social media on this channel, but today's topic is a bit different, as it's all about emails and newsletters. The thing is, if you're doing it right, email marketing can help your audience feel more connected to your brand, create interest in your services, and encourage them to make the move from just reading your newsletters to booking a discovery call. Emails and newsletters are really an important part of growing a business from the marketing perspective. They tend to have a really good conversion rate, and it can be a very cost-effective way how to stay at the forefront of your ideal clients. Now, you could argue that growing an email list takes much longer than growing an Instagram audience, and maybe you want to grow an audience quickly. But a big drawback with social media is that you can lose your following or access to your social media profiles basically overnight with no fault of your own, which just doesn't happen with your subscribers, as you have an ownership of that audience, provided that you gain their email addresses rightfully. So that alone is a very good reason to invest time to growing your email list. And before we get into how you can grow a list of subscribers from scratch, here's one thing that you should never do. Don't get ever tempted to buy a list of subscribers, just like you should never buy social media followers. Not only is this a waste of money, as you are likely getting emails that are not being actively used, but your newsletters are likely to end up flagged as spam from those active users who are not interested in your interior design business. So with that out of the way, here are 4 ways how you can get your first 100 subscribers. Make it easy for people to sign up for your email list by including a sign-up form on your website. You can use a tool like MailChimp or ConvertKit to create a form and embed it on your website without needing to program anything. This way, anyone who lands on your website and likes what they see has an easy option to stay up to date with their business. Offer a lead magnet. A lead magnet or a freebie is something you offer in exchange for someone's email address. You could offer a free design guide, a discount on your services, or something similar of value. If you wrote an ebook about your favorite design tips or created a renovation checklist in Canva, these can work very well too. The key is to offer something that's valuable and relevant to your ideal client. This way, people will be more likely to sign up for your email list and stay interested in your content because they are getting something valuable from your business already. Once you created your freebie, test it across different channels to see which platforms work best to attract the right audience. Include the link to your freebie in your Instagram bio, link it in your stories using the link sticker, or encourage viewers to DM you for the link. Also, if you have a Pinterest profile, create some pins and link them to the sign-up page. It takes a while to get traction on Pinterest, but it can work as a great tool to drive traffic long-term. Don't be afraid to promote your newsletter or your lead magnet on your social media channels, and encourage your followers to sign up. Have a look at my Instagram profile to get an idea of how I do it. I always have one freebie pinned to the top of my feed, so that anyone who has just discovered my profile can see this freebie instantly. And to be honest, I find this approach works great for getting new subscribers without me having to post about this freebie repeatedly. You can also use social media ads to target potential subscribers, although these will require some upfront costs. If you do choose to use ads, make sure that you boost those posts about your freebie that are already doing well in terms of engagement. This is something I learned a long time ago when I was doing a lot of Facebook ads for my clients. Boosting content that is already popular will always have a better effect and will be cheaper than trying to promote posts that don't get many saves or likes. This one is a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you mention your freebie or your newsletter and collect email addresses during design events or trade shows? People might be actually more likely to subscribe after that initial contact than if they just stumbled upon your website. Okay, you've gained your first subscribers, but what do you do next? The next step is nurturing your audience with regular emails about your business and what you're up to, so you can build trust and make your audience more familiar with your brand. You can do that with a variety of themes and topics. This could be obviously project updates with photos from your latest project reveal, links to your blog posts or YouTube videos, links to any podcast where you were featured as a guest, and by showcasing your expertise, by sharing your favorite styling tips, your views on the latest design trends, or top colors for the upcoming season. Anything that helps to establish you as an expert in your field and that addresses the issues or roadblocks that your subscribers might be facing. You can also share any special sales you are running if you have an online shop, or if you are offering virtual design packages, whether it's part of Black Friday deals or another one-off event. And if you do run sales that can be promoted in your newsletter, here's an extra tip. You can add special discount codes that will be only available to your subscribers, which can make them feel special and valued. This is also a pretty easy way how to track conversions from your newsletter, providing you don't share these discount codes anywhere else. Okay, here's the hard truth. You will hardly get great results if you don't stick with email marketing long term. Showing up in someone's inbox is about relationship building, same as showing up on their Instagram feed. Sending out a newsletter once every few months will have a very small positive effect, if any. But sending out one email per week over several months and making sure that it's packed with value is how you build the trust and like factor. So here are a couple of tips for how to achieve that. If you've made a commitment to post once a week, let's say on Thursdays, do stick to that schedule. You are creating expectations among your subscribers of when they can expect your newsletters. At the same time, you are building trust that you will keep showing up consistently. The exception to this rule is if you are doing a launch or a campaign. Let's say you are a virtual designer and you are running a paid webinar about color theory. In this case, you might want to up the frequency of your emails in the run-up of the event to maximize your reach and the number of people signing up for the webinar. You might be sending out one email per day during the last week before the event. This is considered a normal frequency during launches, as it tends to work well for conversions. You cannot be everywhere at once, but you don't need to be either. By planning ahead, you can keep a consistent schedule for your newsletters, even if you get busy with new projects or other things. So my advice is, make an email content calendar and schedule most of your emails in advance. Now, I know that some things cannot be predicted in advance, but having a good outline of what you want to include in each email can go a long way. Also, think about special occasions and include those in your calendar. This can be Christmas, Black Friday, summer design tips, or Valentine's Day. Same as with social media content, these special events can give you a structure to work around and making sure you stay topical for your audience. If you can make sure that your content is relevant to your audience, you will have a higher chance of them reading your emails and converting. That means that for people who signed up through downloading a freebie, you might want to send different emails than to past clients who are interested in different things. You can also create different welcome sequences for your new subscribers, depending on how they subscribed. Again, people who downloaded a free renovation checklist will have different needs than people who already completed a project with you. Automation software makes it easier to create funnels and those automatic email sequences I've just talked about, such as welcome emails to people who downloaded your freebie or even onboarding sequences for your new clients. There are many software solutions on the market, like Leadpages, MailChimp, or ActiveCampaign, and I would say try a free version of one or two before deciding which one to invest in. There is usually some learning curve involved, so you will probably want to make sure you made a good decision and are willing to learn how to work with your chosen software. Don't create loads of separate content. Instead, repurpose what you can. Creating content takes a lot of time, and newsletters are not an exception. But here's the thing. Instead of spending time writing every newsletter from scratch, you can repurpose other content that you already have. If you have a newly published blog post about a recently finished project or an Instagram carousel explaining the steps of your design process, it's quite likely that you can take this content and use it at least partly for your newsletter. Just make sure to adapt it to your email audience. Remove any references to link in your bio, double tap if you agree, and similar that don't make sense in the context of a newsletter. There is so much more that could be said about email marketing. This video barely scratches the surface. In fact, we do have a more in-depth version of this video on our blog, including great ideas for lead magnets for interior designers and recommendations for other email marketing tools. So do check it out if you feel like learning more. The link is down in the description. I hope that this video gave you a good overview to start with email marketing and that you feel now more confident about building your email list. Let me know in the comments what holds you back from doing email marketing. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to this channel for more marketing videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Before we get into how you can grow a list of I hope this video gave you a good overview to start with email